Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with Annie.
Hey!
And we're basically at a Sainsbury's car park. We're gonna buy some food and then we're gonna go over to Annie's house and just eat and chat and have a little talk.
Fun time!
A little talk with you guys. Just talk about some like random things and yeah, let's go. Right, so we're kind of trying to figure out what to get. Maybe a sandwich?
A sandwich or a wrap.
Or a wrap.
Chocolate or
these are
those double chocolate.
Actually, those are probably like juicier, you know what I mean?
Or triple chocolate.
I think let's go for the triple chocolate. Yummy.
Maybe I could try these.
Yeah, those are really nice. Right, so we've got our food.
I'm so excited.
We've got some like healthy things and also just a bit of a cookie. Yeah.
Loads of
just a few cookies, you know, just one or two. But we're very excited to eat because I'm starving, Annie's starving, and we've got some very hot topics to talk about. So, one thing I wanted to ask you, is just like how you got into social media and stuff. I find that like really interesting. Everyone has like different stories and how they got into it. So
I started off my Instagram account as very much like a food account.
Yeah.
So it was called Breakfast and Brunch, and I literally started off, I know how funny, in my last year of university, because I always made food and would always try and make it look really pretty. And then one of my friends was like, oh, why don't you just start an Instagram account, because you'll probably find it really fun.
Yeah.
And I'm quite like arty anyway. And post it on there. So basically that's how I actually got into social media. It very much has evolved into fitness from that.
That's such an organic way of doing it though. Like
I know, I was so naive as well. And then I remember like when I got to 100 followers, I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god. So did you like try to grow it, or did it just kind of blossom?
No, I didn't try to grow it because I honestly don't think I was aware of like, you know, like Insta famous.
Yeah.
I don't think I was aware of that at the time. And then I think when I got to 10k, I was like, okay.
Just holding it.
I got to 10k, I was like, okay, now I want to like be serious.
Yeah, and actually try to grow it.
Yeah.
I think when you hit 10k though, that's kind of when you know, oh, maybe this can be something.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, and then when you realise the idea of like earning money and things, you're like, oh,
yeah,
maybe
but it's
actually
such a strange concept at first, because you're like earning money online, like
online, I know,
posting pictures
and also
online.
everyone thinks it's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
so it's like nobody can really understand. And
that's so true. There's like such a massive like misconception about like posting on social media and like making money from it. Like people just think it's literally posting a photo and being rich. Like
people also think that like Instagram pay you per like follower.
I've gotten so many questions about that. Like, did Instagram pay you per like? I'm like, no.
No.
I wish they did.
So what else you do?
Indulging in brownies. And they call themselves fitness people. I really like this setup actually.
I know, same.
Looks quite like this is our office, you know? Hello, welcome. Oh, is it recording already? Oh no.
Is it?
Hey guys, we're back to Annie's house. We've got our food
and healthy sandwiches.
Need to make something healthy because you know. So honestly, this is gonna be such a chill video. I don't know why, but I think it's like a nice little, you know, way of talking to you guys.
Chatty.
And just having a little chat, having a little lunch date chat. So yeah.
I feel like we're having a picnic, but like indoors.
So we were talking about social media before, and like a topic I wanted to touch upon was like good and bad influences online. Like, you know, how people can sometimes feel kind of depressed online because of the images, like all the perfect things that they see, or the actual good influences, which is like that really positively impact people.
I think a massive thing that I've noticed recently is some tuna going everywhere is especially like some of the girls that I follow trying to show like the negative parts of their life as well as the positive, and I think that helped me a lot, because you can often just feel like everyone has these perfect lives, like no one wakes up just feeling sad one day and just wants to cry, and I think like I don't know, it's like showing like the actual real parts of it. And then the other thing is like regarding body image, people being fine to show like stretch marks and like cellulite and not just trying to airbrush out photos, and because realistically that everybody has that.
Everyone has that, yeah, totally true. I have seen that a lot, especially in the fitness community, not so much in like the beauty world and like the fashion world, but in fitness I've definitely seen so many girls and guys. So I think that's like a really good thing that people are doing now.
I completely agree with you. I just think it's important, and I think the one thing that's quite good about the fitness industry, because I know it is slated and quite often, I think that my body image has actually improved since I got into through social media. Like I think when I was at school, it was all about this like being stick thin, and I was always really slim, but I was never going to be like stick thin, like really skinny, straight up and down. And I think the fitness industry allowed me to like accept my body, but in a way that like I don't really feel any pressure to look a certain way now, apart from to just try and be as lean as I want to be. Yeah, it's like your own, what you want your body to look like is completely up to you. And like, I guess in high school you get those pressures though, because you're in like such a small group of people compared to like the rest of the world, and you just have to like, not have to, but you feel like you need to please those people around you, and their idea of what you need to look like is what you like are constantly focused on. And it's not okay to be different. It's like, it's like looked down upon. Yeah, and it's like that thing of if your friend is wearing this and you're like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah. There's no like, I'll try and be different to that. It's like, oh, I need to also wear the exact same thing. Yeah, that's totally. And it was like that with body types, I think. And it wasn't like cool to be, I don't know, like curvy or... Yeah, I remember at secondary school, one of my friends coming in and saying, oh, I've bought this thing from Sainsbury's, it's called skinny water, like apparently if you drink it, like it'll make you skinny. But I remember my reaction, like I think my whole group of friends were like, oh my god, like that's the only water we can drink from now on. Skinny water, like what the hell? But I guess like you're so young that you don't realise those things can actually be so detrimental to you. But yeah, with high school it's a tricky one, and I feel like when you step out of high school, and especially in the social media world, and if you're working with social media, you see so many different body types, so many different people, and people on social media try to be different, and that's what makes you unique and people want to follow you. So yeah, that's a really good aspect of it, I think, as well. I think it obviously, it definitely does have its downfalls, and there's still the people that are gonna like airbrush them, they're gonna like spit all their food on camera. Like Bela. Eating and talking is actually quite hard. Yeah, difficult. I think even the people that we socialise with, you kind of realise that I can't think of anyone that I think has the same body shape as me, which I think is amazing. It's like very different. Yeah, there are people that have similar, but I'm not striving to be somebody else. You can take inspiration from people, but it's all about like being the best version of yourself rather than trying to fit into a norm. I feel like a lot of people on social media get very successful because they are different, which is like such a good thing. Like big people online have something very unique about them, and very just like their character is very different from everyone else. It kind of forces you to be more unique than it would like when you're in high school or something, because you want to stand out. Like, yeah, it's true. It's like the opposite of high school. Like people say there's this like pressure that comes from the fitness industry with being like super lean and super toned and whatever. And like I don't know, maybe it's different if you're in like the bodybuilding or the bikini competition, like that kind of community. But I don't feel that at all, actually. Really? Like I've never been told like I'm not lean enough, or and it's like, it's good because I feel like I can go off my personal goals rather than someone what everyone else wants. Yeah, it's like someone trying to tell me that I don't like fit the right role. And I have had like some pressures, not from other people, but more from like myself, from my own like insecurities and from my own like wanting to be good enough. Sometimes I do think like maybe I'm not lean enough, because you see so many people just in the fitness industry that are just like ripped to shreds, and
have like still a lot of muscle, and that's a really difficult thing to achieve. And naturally my body is, I think I've told you this, but naturally I hold more fat, so for me to be lean is very difficult. I need to work hard if I want to be lean. So I guess for me in that sense I do feel like a little bit of pressure, but at the same time I know that I'm me, and like if a company prefers lean people, then that's not the right company for me.
Yeah, that is so true.
I'm so sorry about the mess. I'm literally getting crumbs everywhere. Sorry.
I can go and chew in a second my teeth. Have you eaten one already?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm like halfway.
Have you eaten so much quicker than me?
I want the cookies.
Yeah.
When I started like my Instagram and stuff and like started growing online, I got so much hate for it, and not just hate by like my friends or whatever, or like random girls, boys. I got hate from actual adults. So like my teachers where I was studying really looked down upon it. They were like, what are you doing, like no, like that's not okay.
That's awful.
Yeah,
I think it's what's difficult. Well, something that you experienced that I didn't experience was you started your social media when you're still at school.
Yeah.
And I didn't, obviously it took me until I got to university, and I think when you get to university you realise like as a nation like we are so diverse anyway.
That's so true.
And
it's more okay to be different.
Yeah, because I mean even in my university group like there were so many different people. It's like I wasn't the same as everyone else either.
Yeah.
So it was a bit different. Also I wasn't showing my face on social media at that point.
So it wasn't like
but
you.
But you starting at school, it's like well, I mean, girls especially. I know because I went to an all-girls school. Yours was mixed.
Oh god, that's horrible.
And girls are so like bitchy and judgmental and don't.
Girls are mean.
I know they
Girls
don't
are mean.
no one lifts each other. It's like this constant.
I totally get you.
It's like competitive, like I don't know, like bitching and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's like awful. How did you feel the pressure?
I had to like, I guess I was in college, so it's like. It is still very similar to school. University is obviously way more free and way more diverse, but it wasn't as bad as high school, but it was still bad. Like the girls in my class, I'm not mentioning any names, but they would kind of like throw little, not digs, but throw little things at me. Like
backhanded comments.
Yeah, like for example, we had to sit, I remember this time, we had to sit with our like backs to the board, and a person had to write a word behind you, and you had to like guess what it is, like a little game that we were doing. And it had to be like to do with the course, so it had to be like business related. And this girl, she was like laughing, and she wrote like Bela's beauty guide or something as like a taking the piss. And all of the other girls just started like laughing, whispering, being like, that was a good one, that was great, like kind of applauding. And I turned around and I was like, really?
So unnecessary.
Really?
But the thing is, it's like,
it's childish.
She will have been doing that because she's jealous in a way.
I guess.
Like, it's just awful though. I think it's just awful that people can be so unaccepting of, like, what is it?
There's a flag.
You know when you said about like teachers?
Yeah.
What was it that you felt from teachers? Like,
so like I had this is my last year, and I obviously had the choice to go to university. I've made like a video about this as well, about my whole university situation. And all my teachers thought I was going, and then when I began to tell them that I was thinking of not going and pursuing this, they just kind of like, they were like, oh no, you have to go to university, like that's not gonna last, it's not gonna do you any good, like you're not really, you need an education, you need to be doing something, like why don't you get an apprenticeship or something? And obviously an apprenticeship would be like even worse, because I'd be working every day all day and not have any time for this. So yeah, they just
wasn't the route you were gonna go
go
down. Like that's always open to you anyway. But
exactly.
I think it's people are so scared of what they don't know, and it's like
That's
you
so
get
true.
funneled into this, like, because my school was like that as well. I went to like a really academic high school, and as much as I definitely got a lot out of that, I think I came out of it feeling like I was really strange when I was playing like competitive squash. And I was like, oh, I don't think I really want to go to university. Like, I don't really know what I'd study. I don't enjoy academics at school, so I'm not really sure what I'd do. And that was like unheard of. that was, I don't know if they've ever had anyone from that school like not go to university.
Was it a private school as well?
No, it was a grammar
school. So I guess like because of that too, they have so much pressure to like make sure everyone that leaves there goes to university and gets a degree so they look like the best school.
I remember they like give you this book to read that's like every pupil in the year before and every university they've gone to.
No.
And I was suddenly like, oh my god, shit, if I don't go to university,
I'm different.
Yeah, and I've like failed, and like, oh, I'll probably try and go into fashion or something. So I was really interested in that. And then I looked around loads of like Met universities, like Nottingham Trent, and like really good universities that were really good for fashion. And my school again was like, no,
you're
like,
not going
you can't do that. Like if you're capable of getting into like a Redbrick university, that you need to go down that route or whatever.
The sad thing is though, they don't actually care about you. They care about them looking good.
And what it looks like on that book that they're going to give to the next year.
Because they want parents to look at that and go like, red brick, red brick.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what red brick is, in the UK it's just like the best universities. So I don't know if it's the same thing in America. Just like the higher league ones.
It's kind of like Ivy League.
Yeah, that's Ivy League. I guess like schools want you to do that because it looks really good to parents, like, oh, everyone that's attended this school has gone to like a really good university.
Yeah.
So they don't care what you want to do, they just care about their like stats and their image among parents. I just hate that. Like,
it's so true.
Oh. Hello. Hello. Can I take one home? You've got two. That's
this one's for you.
We get it in like a box or a wrapping paper.
The Annabella Annabella.
That's a good name actually. We can call this the Annabella series. Yeah. Hello, welcome back. Oh yeah, we made coffees by the way, if you're wondering where the cup just suddenly appeared.
I just introduced her to
coconut sugar.
And
what's it called again?
Bonsoy.
Do you want to show them the little box?
Yeah. It's called Bonsoy. This is actually empty now, but it's soy milk.
But it doesn't taste like soy milk.
It literally tastes like normal milk.
So
it's amazing.
Good.
Right, this isn't sponsored.
Not sponsored. Well, actually, you know, sponsor us. Hit us up.
Bonsoy, if you wanna get involved. I've got back to reality now. Oh my god, that we got so sidetracked.
Little coffee.
Little grandmas. Hello. Welcome back.
Actually, like, sound really Chinese though.
I am.
You are Chinese?
No.
Yeah. Well, you could have, you know, that like family tree where everyone's like, I'm 2% Chinese. You could have been that.
Yeah, that's me.
I might be Chinese.
Yeah, you look like Chinese.
Really?
No.
Alright, should we open the cookies? Cause
yes.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Ching ching.
Oh my god. I used to be such an all or nothing person. Like if I missed the gym like one day, like on a day that I planned, I'd be like, oh, there's no point going the rest of the week. Which
really?
Such a bad mindset. I'd have a day where I eat like a cookie, and then I'd be like, right, well, there's no point eating healthily the whole this week now. It sounds to me like completely the wrong way, and I think with the gym, I think one of the reasons that I've started seeing results now is definitely just because of consistency.
I feel like with the gym I was never like that. I would like still go if I missed a day, but in terms of food, like I have had quite a few issues with food. Like if I ate like a really bad meal in the day, I would kind of give up on my other meals.
Yeah.
And I would just eat junk for the rest of the day and just feel awful the next day.
Sure.
What do you think about beginners? You know how a lot of beginners will start the gym and then they'll like give up a few weeks after. Going in too full on, like for example, someone that's never been to the gym before, they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna start going to the gym and I'm gonna go every single day forever.
And I'll be there for an hour and a half every day.
It's like, so you're setting yourself up for failure, because if you've never been there before, you're not used to it, you're gonna go in and then you're gonna go every single day, and that's just gonna completely wear you out. So I feel like a lot of people will just dive in head first, and that's not a bad thing always, but that is kind of how you get worn out and you give up because you find it too difficult. Like you can't not do something ever and then do it every single day for 2 hours a day, you know?
Yeah. It's like, it's all about moderation, and it's like I'm so bad like myself for going headfirst into things, and then I give up really easily. And it's just, if you do it in moderation,
baby steps.
yeah, one step at a time. Yeah, it's not always going to be like the way you're going to see results the quickest, but it's like the way you're going to see longer lasting results.
Exactly, and the way you're going to stick to something for so much longer. Yeah, your goal is to go every single day, and you miss a day, you're just then going to be like, oh no, I've ruined it, like I've missed a day, like it's over. That's just then going to make you not go in again and again and again, and it's just a downward spiral.
It's so true. And also, the thing that I'd say like goes hand in hand with that is like trying to so much fun. Figuring out like what works for you. Like when I upload workouts, I'm really careful to say, look, this is what works best for my body, works well with like my training and things. It might not work for everybody. Like it might be some people are really into body weight exercise or whatever, but don't try and just copy what other people do. Find the best way of like using that information and bring it into your own lifestyle.
I feel like that has a lot, like relates very much to like beginners.
Yeah.
Stupid flag again. Because they're the ones that are gonna, let's say, see my Instagram or something and then see me deadlifting on a barbell with the big plates or whatever, and they'll try to imitate that, whereas beginners can get the same results from much less, like much less, because you're like new to fitness and your body's not used to it. You can literally get results from body weight and little dumbbell things because that's already going to be an impact on your body. And then as you get used to that, you then progress, because for me, if I do body weight stuff, I'm not going to see any results from that at all. So it's kind of like stages, and your body will adapt to each stage. So that's why you have to keep progressing and keep adding more weight, keep adding more volume, etc. So a lot of people don't see that.
You know, like we were saying in the car before, if eating some chocolate each day keeps you sane and keeps you on track, then that's the right thing to do for you. Don't try and listen to people who are like, oh my god, never eat that because that's gonna make you fall further off track. It's like, no, it won't actually. That could be like the answer to you getting results.
Exactly. Oh, and going into diet, I think that's such a good topic. Most of the time we're like talking for hours, but there's just so much to talk about. Some people will start a diet and then they'll be like, I want to eat super healthy, I want to cut everything out,
all sugar.
Yeah,
that's
like,
such a big
not have chocolate for like, I'm not gonna have chocolate for 2 months, that kind of mentality. And that is where kind of, I think, a lot, not all, I'm not saying all at all, but a lot of binge eating stems from. And a lot of people do kind of face problems with that afterwards, because you restricted yourself for so long that when you finally taste some chocolate again, you kind of go a bit crazy. You just eat non-stop and you can't stop.
It's like it's only worth making such extreme restrictions if you feel like you can sustain that for the rest of your life.
But I don't think anyone can. You just need to like have a treat or two here and there just to keep yourself sane. I think
carbohydrates as well. My dad has honestly tried the Atkins diet. I mean, this in itself says everything. He's done the Atkins diet 12, 14 times. He's eating about 20 grams of carbohydrate a day. Quite really high fat diet. I wouldn't say he does it quite well, like he eats a lot of like lean meat and vegetables and things, but a lot of cheese at the same time. He loses like 2 stone without fail. 6 months later, he will have put all the weight back on really quickly.
Yeah,
and it's just it's like a vicious cycle, like classic yo-yo dieting thing. And it's like he looks at me and he's like, oh, I don't know how you like maintain a really healthy weight and stay slim. And I'm like, because I just eat like a normal diet, and there's no point.
You allow yourself treats and stuff, and you don't like we just had cookies and loads of popcorn.
Like none of these are actually going to work for you long term unless you're some like, I don't know, some.
It's interesting that you mentioned your dad going on the diet though, because my mum a few years back would do the exact same thing with different diets, but they're all the same in the end. Like, she would lose a ton of weight. Her weight has fluctuated so much.
You go into like starvation mode, especially with like cutting out carbohydrate. And the minute you reintroduce it to your body,
it just completely,
body thinks it's never going to have it again, so it stores all of it as fat, and it just works the opposite way from how you'd ever intended.
Yeah. Do things consistently and give yourself treats, give yourself time to get results, because nothing's going to happen immediately. Especially if you want to keep the weight off, you need to lose it progressively and slowly, rather than losing a bunch of fat and then not being able to keep it off. So yeah. Right guys, that is all we have for today. This is going to be quite a long video, so I might keep it as one video or split it into 2 parts. I'm not quite sure about that yet. I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm sure we really enjoyed this. Like, filming it was so chilled, and we got to eat loads of snack popcorn and cookies. A little cheat meal. We definitely enjoyed filming it for you guys, and I really hope you've kind of learned something in this video and taken something away with you, and also just had a little chat, you know, a little friendship chat. Make sure you go follow Annie. I'm gonna leave her social media and stuff in the description box, or like on the here. Yay. Like in front of her. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Give it to me, lick it inside now. You know that I just wanna make love. Want you to scream and shout, and baby